see, we only had the iPad up here. So he gave me a thumbs up, so go ahead.
Okay, great. Welcome to the York City Historical and Architectural Review Board. My name is Craig Zumber, and I have the privilege of chairing the group. I'll have a call to order, the roll call. Mr. Kunkel.
Present.
Mr. Skian is absent. Mr. Schurmeyer.
Here.
Ms. McLean Gross is absent. Mr. Buffington is absent. Mr. Gifford.
Present.
Ms. Hensel is absent. We have a quorum. Could I have a motion to consider the minutes of the previous meeting of August the 22nd?
I'll move to approve the minutes of the previous meeting of August 22nd.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? You have that?
Schurmeyer and Kunkel, right?
Schurmeyer and Kunkel.
Okay, got it.
All in favor of the motion to approve the minutes, say aye.
Aye.
Motion approved unanimously. I don't believe we have any unfinished business. Under new business, the first case tonight is 401 West Market Street. It's an application to consider approving capping of existing windows with composite material, retrimming around the bay window with composite material, reframing storefront with composite material, replacing storefront glass, painting the new capping and trim, and replacing sidewalks out front. Is there someone here to talk about that project? 401 West Market. Anyone here to talk about that project? Bergdahl.
They never show up.
They
This is
do
like
carry
third or fourth.
occasionally, but
Yeah.
I will entertain a motion to table.
I'll second.
No, it hasn't been moved yet. I'll move that we table. He can.
Moved by Schurmeyer, seconded by Blake. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
The case is tabled. The next case is 149 South Pershing Avenue. The applicant proposes to secure lower handrail posts in the front entry door on the right, scrape loose and flaking paint on all exterior wood surfaces, apply protective treatments, replace rotted and deteriorated windowsills with new wood, and apply protective treatments, repair or replace hole in front of the downspout just below the gutter attachment, which is rusted out. Is someone here to talk about 149 South Pershing? Yes, would you like to just walk us through your project a little bit more detail?
Okay, so we had a city code
Can you come up to the microphone, please, sir, because it's being recorded on YouTube.
There was a code inspection by the city conducted on, July the 16th. Because it is in the HARB district, they did contact us and told us we needed to submit the application. However, they said that it's not for the painting, it's only for the downspout and the windowsills.
Right. We don't have any say on paint.
Correct. So the contractor went, provided an estimate to replace the section of the downspout in front of the property with a curved section with the same thing, and then the windowsills would actually be custom. He's cutting out the wood, replacing it, and painting it.
So the dimensions of the lumber will be the same as the
Exactly
original?
what's
It'll
there
really
now.
just replaced in kind?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The windowsill, you say? The window.
And the protective treatments for the replaced windowsills is just paint?
It's just painting.
Okay, yeah, you're not
No,
wrapping
he's
them.
going to cut out the
Okay.
wood that's rotted, replace it,
Okay.
custom, paint it, just like the rest.
Yeah, so it's all in-kind work, or also with the windowsills, if it saves you some money to use a consolidant, there are a couple of them out there, like the West System, I think that Myers sells, and Abatron or whatever.
Okay.
This one looks pretty deteriorated. You might not be able to build it back up with a consolidant. It's probably more in labor, but that's also an option.
Okay.
What was that called, Mr.
They're consolidant, I think they're called consolidants. Yeah, one's called the West System, another one's called Abatron, ABATRON or something like that.
And how are you planning on securing the handrail to the front door?
The handrail was just secured, it was just screws, the screws were loose, that was it, that's done. The only thing that's still outstanding is the gutter, the windowsills, and the paint, which is being worked on now, so.
Okay. All right.
These handrails look like they're pretty new, is that right?
The handrails?
Yeah.
No, they're the original ones. Well, I mean, that I'm aware of, when I took over the property.
I don't have any other questions.
Yeah, I don't either.
Anyone,
I'd make a motion, but nobody else, somebody else should jump in and do one for a change.
anyone want to make a motion?
I'll make the motion that we accept the application as written.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded to approve the application as presented. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion's approved unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.
I just need a moment now to write up a couple of notes.
Who seconded that?
Mark.
Me, I think.
I believe this next one is
402.
401.
It's not
It's 401 on this.
So Greg, is that property 401 or 402?
402 East Market.
402 East Market. There appears to be a couple of addresses here, so.
Yeah, just a side note to that 401, that was
Yeah, the picture here is 402.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 402 East Market Street, rear property, replace deteriorated wood trim at windows and other areas as needed and make repairs and paint. In the front, repair, replace deteriorated wood. Existing trim will remain the same. Wood, paint, wooden trim. So, would you like to just tell us a little bit more about your application?
A picture here.
Okay,
This is notes I made on it.
okay. All right, good, thanks.
Yeah, I see them in the photo. They sent us a copy of that one, that the cornice is, the soffit's deteriorated. Yeah. So you're going to use wood rather than a composite material, or?
Yeah, so the, as far as the molding, I don't know if you call it dental molding or whatever you call it, okay? As far as that goes, that can stay there, and you'll see that there's, the wood is deteriorated above that molding,
Yep.
so I'd like to replace that.
Okay.
I brought my contractor along in case you had any questions about that. I'd like to replace that with 1x6, I believe is the size that it is.
Okay.
And if there's any supports or anything like that in there that would need fixed, he'd do that at the same time. But as far as that fancy molding that I believe can stay right the way it is, scrape it, and then just paint that.
Okay, good.
And the cause of it rotting, was that the roof in the past?
I think it originally was, but that roof has been fixed probably, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago. That roof, maybe a little longer ago than
Rubber.
that. No, it's shingles.
No, it's the front, so that would be, you just don't seen it from this view of the picture.
Okay.
So it wasn't from like a concealed gutter, because it looks like this is just a, is this a concealed, I'm trying to look at the picture. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's a concealed gutter on the house now, at least.
Yeah, so as far as that gutter up there, you might want to comment on it. That's going to be,
So I guess the plan would be to pull the gutter down, replace that fascia board up there, and then replace the underneath soffit, and then reattach the gutter, or
Okay.
replace it with new if needed. I
Okay.
didn't really get up there to inspect the gutter itself. I guess the question would be, would you be okay with using AZAC boards?
Yeah,
AZAC composite for the soffit and the,
Yeah.
they'll be white, they'll be, they're not gonna warp.
and you can paint them
Vinyl, you could paint them.
the tan color.
Or if we
yeah.
paint the tan, the denim flossing, or the dental mold underneath, if we can just paint that to white to keep it, uniform.
Yeah, you can paint it white, or you could just paint the AZIC or Versatech or whatever you're going to use, or
Yeah.
similar products. You can paint that. If you wanted to keep the same color, it can be painted this color.
Okay. Because we're going to be painting all the wood trim and
Right.
fixing all that. So I figured if we can just keep, obviously all uniform, if, maybe we could just paint it white. The windows, the window wood, all that stuff.
Yep.
Just paint it white, then it'll match the AZACs, then we're not putting any coating of white on the AZAC, the actual AZAC board itself.
And what about that last bracket on the right side?
when you say bracket, you mean up at the molding?
The bracket?
That's gone, Dennis, I think. It's not there. It's just the backboard it was nailed to.
So if we're looking at the picture, are you talking about the window side where the air conditioner is?
No, he's talking about the bracket in the cornice.
Next door.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah,
missing
yeah.
bracket at the, he just wanted to know what you're going to do with it, but it doesn't exist unless it fell off.
Yeah,
Is that on the building on the right as you're looking at the picture?
yeah, he's talking about right here.
Yeah, it's against.
I
the
don't know if there
gray
was
building.
actually, I'm assuming maybe there was one there at one time?
It probably was.
Bookended with pears.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if maybe when they repaired the building beside it, maybe they took it off, or maybe they hit it and it fell off.
It fell
That's not
off.
part of your project, at any rate.
Okay,
Yeah, in other words, you're gonna just repair that area and leave
Yeah.
it. Yeah, okay.
yeah, because I doubt we'll be able to mimic, to make a new one there for that.
I think Versatech, actually, if I pay attention to the lunch and learns they give at the office, I think you can actually give them your pieces and they will make new ones through some kind of computer technology. I don't know how much it costs, but they
Yeah.
will do it out of the composite
It's
material.
just not 1,000.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I have no idea, but they were touting that it's, cost effective. I don't know. I guess it all depends what's cost effective.
Yeah.
I doubt it would be for you, but anyway.
yeah. Most material isn't cost effective.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, that's the plan for the front there. If that's approved, that's what we would move forward with.
Okay.
The photograph with the, I guess it's the rear, but it looks like a front door here. This,
You talking about this one?
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our
the lower
next,
entrance to the front?
yes,
That's
yes,
to the
Oh.
basement.
yes.
Okay.
So the,
This is what I was concerned about.
This is right off Broad Street, right?
yeah, yep,
Oh, yeah, you got a really deteriorated sill.
But I
yes,
think that-
yes, the plan is there would be to obviously pull them 2 windows, repair the whole window area, and then, put new windows in there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just wondering whether there was any hint of what the original, not these, but the original windows might have been
Yeah.
dimensionally.
I don't know the exact dimensions, but this property used to be a small restaurant underneath there.
Right.
I don't know if you knew that or not, but it originally had a plate glass window in there.
The whole thing was
That was taken out, and then these windows were put in.
The original was probably just basement windows, and then they created the entrance in the plate glass window in the 40s, 50s or something, and, yeah.
Back in,
And then somebody made it look more residential and put the 2 windows back. Okay. Oh, you're going to replace, those just look like they're cheap aluminum
I'd like
sash
to
or?
replace those, and that's why I wanted to present it here, so I can get it all at one
Yeah.
spot, so I can get the front of the building.
Yeah, with some vinyl replacement window.
Yeah, not vinyl in the front. You can use composite, you can use fiberglass,
Okay.
you can use,
Metal clad.
you could use metal clad, but that would be your most expensive. Like Anderson Type A Series, Anderson 100 Series, those are that Fibrex outside. I think the A Series is wood inside, but you could use the 100. Marvin, Pella, they all have like a composite material frame or fiberglass sash
Okay.
and frame kind of thing. You could
Okay.
use
So no
those.
vinyl.
No vinyl,
Okay,
right.
okay.
But you can use an artificial material. Sure. I guess that one works. If not, there's more here.
So Pelly, fiberglass.
Yeah, you can look,
Or
Pella,
Anderson.
Marvin, I don't remember, Blake, do you remember the exact names of their, because all of them have so many different lines.
Yeah.
And they change the names of the lines occasionally. It used to be Marvin Integrity, but they call it Inspire or something like that now. That line, it's the fiberglass.
Okay, so you said metal clad.
You can use, metal clad wood. You could use Anderson 100 series or A series, which are Fibrex, or in a Fibrex clad outside. That's a composite. You can use, both Pella and Marvin have like a fiberglass or composite clad line. You can use those. You don't have to go with wood, and actually wood probably wouldn't last you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you want something that looks like wood and is not vinyl, because vinyl has a very different look and profile, and
Okay.
these ones I rattled off to you, and there are even other ones out there like that, look like an old wood window. Yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah.
Okay.
Anyone have any other questions or comments? Hearing none, would someone like to make a motion?
Before you,
The roof here
Yeah.
to the entrance of that
Yes.
door.
I'd like to do something with it, it's been ugly and wrong. I'd like to do something with it while I'm here and get you guys' approval.
Right.
On that. So do you see that picture I gave you up there?
Would a wood frame slope roof
Picture.
with shingles on it
I don't
work?
see it on this.
Like an overhang?
The next picture.
There's a,
What
oh, you mean this
Yeah,
picture
just-
here?
just to go
Yeah, it
over
looks
the
like
base-
That was just like a cheap residential awning.
Yeah, so,
That
Yeah.
was been in there since I was.
so my suggestion would be to put a ledger board up, attached to the brick, run some rafters down, 6 foot, put it on a slight slope, shingle it. Would that require posts in the front?
Probably depending how far out you come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then permits may want to see some kind of structural thing.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
know obviously we won't be able to dig down into the concrete, but I'm sure I could use the anchors
Right.
to anchor the post to the concrete.
Yeah, I think you can, yeah.
And then now would you want that sleeved,
Well, that's.
cover the anchors, so it's not like an eyesore? Or?
But if Buffington was here, he would tell you exactly, because his office is the one that would inspect it.
Okay.
Probably, I'd say, but that's not our.
Yeah.
We're more
I
concerned-
know that's more of like a cosmetic look
Yeah,
type.
we can't tell you structurally how to do something. We can,
Yeah,
it's just, we're just interested in the comment in the cosmetic stuff.
yeah.
So,
You're
yeah.
doing the new version of what's already there, basically.
Yeah, that would be the plan, rather than trying
Yeah.
to put another, tin roof there and it damage.
Yeah, and I think if you had like 4x4 posts, they could be a composite rather than wood.
Yeah.
You know,
Normally I
if you
can
wanted to
just
use
wrap
wood,
them where they make vinyl sleeves now that actually they're composite and they actually
Right.
wrap around the post and then you just nail them on one side.
Right.
It's just a
You could do
three-sided.
something like
Yeah.
that, yeah,
Yeah, we would just like to see anything but vinyl.
yeah.
Okay.
This is I mean, this
Composite or wood.
this is a non-historic alteration to the building anyway.
Okay.
That entrance probably wasn't there, so what you're describing you're gonna put back is gonna
Yeah.
look better than that.
Yeah, I mean, I could wrap it in metal, so I could wrap the post.
could, if you
posts in
wanted to,
aluminum.
but-
Yeah,
I think it would last longer if you'd use a composite material or.
okay,
Metal, we're not, we're not keen on wrapping things with metal because water will still get in the metal wrapping and behind it and then deteriorate your wood or whatever behind it.
yep,
So that's why, we always caution against it,
okay,
so.
okay, yeah, yep, yep, yep.
So the only other question I have is, in the back of the property, we got violations from the city. And we basically have some windows that we need to scrape, paint, and there's probably a window or two that needs a wood replaced. There's also a wood soffit with a spouting coming across there. I don't have a view of that. Are we okay to go ahead and paint that? Can we?
Is it visible from a public right-of-way? There is no alley there, is there?
There's a small entranceway just to his like little parking area. Not really like nothing noticeable. You can't just like walk down the street and really kind of see the back of there because it's in between the two houses as well.
You gotta make like
So,
turns before.
yeah, you'd almost have to walk through his backyard to see it.
Yeah, technically, if it's not visible from a public street or way, we have no comment on it.
Okay.
So you can kind of do what you want back there, but what you just described to me
Yeah.
would work.
Yeah, the plan would be just to rebuild the soffit, pull that gutter
Yeah.
off, rebuild the soffit, wrap it, give it a fascia metal on it. Or we could do it in the AZAC board.
Even though if it's not visible, we can't really comment on it. I just think it would last you longer if you did the ASIC board.
Yep.
We have recommended to all the applicants to avoid wrapping, just.
Yeah.
There's
Especially wrapping
too much
with wood,
experience
yeah.
with the
Yeah.
failure of wrapping, unless you're up there constantly caulking, you get moisture and then
Yeah.
you get rot.
Yeah.
So AZAC is the cheaper way in the long run.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Okay. Anyone care to make a motion?
I'll move we approve the application as submitted.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Approved unanimously. Thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
You want your notes back, or we keep that for, we used to, do you, Charlie, do you keep this stuff? Yeah, the consultants used to always keep all of this for the file.
No, I can keep it if you want, I can keep a copy of it. Well, you gave me a copy, didn't you?
So I can go ahead down to the permits office.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they'll have you guys' report on it.
Right.
Well,
days
we
or
have
so.
to
Couple-
go through council.
Well, in the summertime, there's no council, but council's back in session. So now they meet again when, Nancy?
Oh, no, they're back in
No, I say, when will they meet?
Tuesday.
Tuesday,
I'm
so,
not sure if, when I get this, I'm not sure if I'm in time enough for it to be on Tuesday. If not, it'll be on Thursday.
Okay, so I have a date, I came back and rechecked, and obviously,
Well,
part of it, I couldn't get my contractor there because he was too busy. So, but I have a date that they came back and looked at it again, it's not done, completed yet, so I gotta wait now for council. I don't want to keep getting the
Well,
fine.
what will happen is, once council, council approves it and moves on from council, then I give the signed resolution to Charlie, the permit head, who's on, and she will contact you and let you know that they're gonna move the permit forward now.
Okay.
So until she gets the signed resolution from me, nobody's permit's move forward until that time.
Okay.
Everything's
So if city codes contacts me, I must say you need to talk to somebody here.
Well, they
Just-
know, Charlie reports to Steve, so
Yeah, you're in the
Yeah.
process, so
just say you were
they,
before, and
it's not like you've ignored their, so they shouldn't.
HARB
yeah.
has recommended approval of your
Right.
application. Just have to
Right.
wait for council to say, yep, we
And council
agree.
meeting's on Tuesday,
yeah.
this coming Tuesday, so, yeah, so Charlie will have it ready as soon as you're, yeah.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate it.
Okay.
The next case is 438, 440 West Market Street, adding a fence to the back yard separating the yard and the parking pad. Fence size will be 13 and 3/4 feet wide and 5 feet 9 inches high on either side of the sidewalk. Gate covering the sidewalk. Someone here to talk about that?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. So, actually, I share a backyard. We share a backyard. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So, and we just want to put a fence covering, like, between the yard and the parking pad.
Yeah.
Historically, it used to be a carriage house there. I believe at some point the carriage house was torn down long before we owned it.
And
I have pictures if you.
yeah, I guess our interest in fencing is to see what the materials are and what it looks like,
Okay, I have.
what the design of the fence is.
That's at the stock.
Exactly, yeah.
What is it? I'm sorry.
This would be the fence.
It's like a dark aluminum.
It is.
Yeah, it's aluminum.
And then the gate,
So that's the gate, the gate's
Yes.
horizontal, but the,
but the fence is vertical.
It's vertical,
So the-
okay.
The fence would flank both sides of the yard and then the gate.
but it's in the alley in the back of the
It
house,
is,
right? Okay,
yes.
okay. Yeah, we have that one in here,
Okay.
yeah, in the packet, so, yep. And so it's only really visible from the alley,
Correct.
okay.
It would actually be set back off the alley approximately 15 feet. It would be the end of
Okay.
the parking pad.
Okay,
And what material is that?
It's aluminum.
this really isn't our thing, but, our thing to comment on, but without Steve here, do you know offhand what the code is with the spikes up? I just don't want you to get into some kind of issue with codes.
That's a good question. It's a pet issue. I'm putting in my own fence, but
Yeah.
I don't know of any code requirement.
I thought there was a code thing on certain conditions, you can't have the
For the city?
spikes up anymore. Yeah, I thought it was a building code thing,
The city
I'm not
doesn't-
sure.
the city doesn't, check fences. They're just, that's a zoning permit.
Okay,
So, I mean, Steve signs off on it,
right.
but,
Yeah, if he was here, he'd probably know it offhand, but,
because an applicant for a fence can place the fence on their property line, and as long as it's no taller than 6 feet.
right.
No other design requirements.
I'm sorry.
No other design requirements.
Well,
Like
no,
spacing or
no,
anything.
unless it's in HARB, then
Yeah.
you guys, it's not.
Yeah, I think there is something in the code on it, but,
Well, it might be.
But we're not gonna,
no, we're not gonna.
my next door neighbor has it, so.
Nobody's gonna say anything about it. I just didn't want you to, you've already bought it, so I just didn't want you to install it and permits to come out and say,
Sorry to hear.
no, you can't have the spikes up. It all comes about because the idea of the spikes was to prevent people from climbing the fence, and then people climb the fence and they get impaled on it like somebody did at the fairgrounds, like, what was it, 10, 15 years ago?
They sue.
Probably, yeah. That's the problem nowadays, the codes are also written to protect people against their own stupidity. So yes, if somebody gets impaled on it, they'll probably sue you, so just so you know.
Good to know.
Well, you could be running for your life.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't have any questions. Does anyone have any questions or concerns?
Yeah.
Anyone have any questions or concerns?
I don't.
If not, would someone like to make a
I'd like to make a
motion?
motion, we accept the application as presented.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any other comment? Hearing none, all in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. It's unanimous. Thank you very much. Good luck with your fence.
You seconded it?
No, I didn't second it.
Okay.
No. while Craig's writing here, Nancy, and you may not be able to answer this, but is there a limit with the number of times that somebody can like not show up to a meeting till we stop putting it on the agenda? Because this 401's been for quite a while now.
That's why I wanted to note that on the record for that this isn't the first time. And they keep telling me, okay, I'll be here. Do you remember to put me on the agenda? Yes, I did. I can check with Brett, or I can check in ordinance to see.
Okay. Have they been in contact with you lately?
That's why I was going back and looking at the emails, but you guys were going so fast, I didn't get it.
Okay.
So look at that, so I'm going to get back.
Is this John Bergdahl, the attorney?
Excuse me?
The applicant, John Bergdahl, the
But
attorney?
actually,
With 401?
Yeah.
I think if I'm not.
I don't know. The building definitely needs work.
Yeah, I know that he's been cited in the past and he's been here, but I know his health's very bad.
Okay. Do you think he owns it?
Yeah. If it's the building I think of.
It's the one at the corner right across from Dutch Kitchen.
The 5 bed?
Yeah.
no,
It's across from Lehman Center. Isn't that where it is, at 401? Yeah, because that's Dutch Kitchen right there. This is Penn Street, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. The building really needs work.
Yeah.
This is kind of a modified photograph, but, and those bay windows and all have needed work for a long time. And somebody younger was who's going to do like a really half-assed job with it years
It's
ago.
not Bergdahl.
No.
He's three. He's on the corner of
This says
300
Chad.
block.
300
Says
block.
Chad Gardner.
This is the place that's been various things.
Yeah. What's this?
Strong business in weekly rentals.
Okay.
Where was that?
Right next to Nash International.
On the corner.
Yeah.
Tax place was for me.
Yeah, it's amazing. The bay windows are still some of them haven't fallen in the street yet.
Bill's actually correct, so I don't think that they are legally allowed to have.
We have a giant sign that says weekly rentals.
Yeah, so.
So it's like a slumlord version of Dutch Kitchen.
Excuse me.
I may check it.
Dutch Kitchen is in big trouble. Did you look at it lately? The entire 3 feet of the brick is so spalled and bricks are missing from the
I'll have to look at it.
to Market Street. From,
They may not have really given that much thought.
it's in bad shape,
Okay.
which is a shame because that's your property.
Yeah, it's on the,
If it's not
Affordable Housing
fixed quick,
Advocates.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
really
I'll
expensive.
look at it and say something to Joyce. They need to
Yep.
get the money to do it.
Yeah. So the last case is 51 South Newberry Street, a proposal to remove existing wooden fence and replace with a 5-foot, 8-inch brick wall, and include a wooden gate with metal hardware.
For what it's worth, I just looked it up. It's Eric Brewer that owns 401 West Market.
Okay.
You know who that is?
Eric buys your house.
He owns my house.
Eric buys your house. That's the guy that owns 401 West Market.
Okay.
Yeah.
No wonder.
CR Property
Okay.
Group. I just checked the tax records.
Okay.
He probably
Does everybody have this?
television rights to
And then
show
I
up.
printed these out just in case you don't know where I live, now you do. And I was here before you a couple years ago. You can see in the photo I did everything that I meant to do, which is the roof and the little landings when you come in case. So I have this really great mason that does a lot of work for me. He repointed my whole house. He's done a lot of side stuff, and I was here recently about the demolition of a building, and I want to save a lot of those bricks. So we're going to be taking about 2,500 of the bricks from the Gloria's building, and I want to rebuild them into a wall here. Right where you see the wooden fence, I'd like to replace that with a 6-foot high brick wall that will have a wooden gate with metal hardware to get in and out.
Okay.
I'm hoping to do it this fall before winter is the goal.
It's basically going to match the neighbor's wall.
It's going to be higher than the neighbor's wall because the way the topography of the the land there actually slopes towards. So if I was to measure 6 feet next to my house, I'm much higher. But if I measured 6 feet next to a HARB brick, I'm only 6 inches higher.
Okay.
But yes, I'm not going to, originally I thought about trying to marry them together, but her wall is only 2 width, and I'm going to do, as you see, cinder block in the middle, and then brick on each side, so it'll be a very strong wall. But I obviously, we know what was there before Agnes, there were stick-built homes right there. So I'm trying to keep with the character of the neighborhood and just add some additional privacy. And I think it would just be really cool. And I'm looking for feedback too, if there's any suggestions. I would like to look at maybe doing a flagstone cap, which I think would be historically correct. If not the whole thing, at least on the ends. But I have access to some flagstone that could cap that nicely.
You're already matching the running bond, so it makes sense.
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, the flagstone, I think, would be fine if you wanted to do that.
I was just commenting, he's already matching the running bond to the brick of his own place and the places next door, so it's.
There's no flashing below the cap? That's not our comment, but
It's not on the print.
you're
here.
inviting like a lot of maintenance and deterioration of the wall if you don't do that.
Okay.
The way this is detailed, it's not showing a slope on the cap and it's not showing flashing, and you'll get water in there. Yeah, you're gonna need that. And you could conceal the drip edge of the flashing below the, because the brick overhangs slightly, so it can be concealed under there.
Okay.
If it's not done, places where it wasn't done have to come back and do it because it will deteriorate.
No, I'd like to do that. Thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah, they should have had that in the detail here. So, but even if you do flagstone, because you have vertical joints, you're going to get water through those, or joints on top, vertical. You're going to get water through those joints. It's going to get into the wall, and yeah. If we ever get freezing again, it'll pop things. So that's not really a HARB issue, but that's my recommendation, just looking at your detail.
I make a motion, we accept the application as presented.
I'll second.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye. Motion approved unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
I don't believe there's any other business to come before the board unless you have some for us, Councilmember Janescu? No? And thank you for attending. I think we're adjourned as of, what's your phone say?
6:39.
39, Nancy, 6:39.
If this is recorded, couldn't you save yourself a little trouble and like transcribe it afterwards, or you don't have time to do that?
No,
They don't
it's
give you-
on YouTube. So
Okay.
it's not,
Oh.
you're getting a lot of back and forth.
Okay.
No,